men for me in this lineup are those top three for Pakistan. They're the guys that have got to really steer the ship initially, get through this initial burst, from Rabada in particular. When Marco Janssen gets an opportunity, if he finds his radar, he'll be a handful on the surface. Had to play an awful lot of deliveries so far. Just haven't quite got it right. Rabada, yes, he's been bowling a nice tidy line most of the time.
Yeah, that's where you sometimes get a suggestion. It could be from a fellow bowler or the captain to say, what about an around the wicket line? Try and angle in more towards the stumps and get them to play at a few more deliveries while this ball's still hard.
This pitch is played out after 40 overs, it starts to really move around, and you often come across pitches where the new ball isn't as effective as it is when it's older. Any idea of why that would be?
Not really. I mean, I think it's obviously you have a roller before the new ball's taken, so sometimes that flattens things down, and then that's beautifully played. A little bit of width, and he's latched onto that quickly. Shan Masood, so it'll give him a nice boost of confidence.
When he's playing well, he's got more time, Shan Masood, but he hasn't got going, hasn't looked like he's been in flow with his game totally. Just needs one or two of these sort of shots to get him going. He likes to play backward a square on that offside. Sometimes that also gets him into the odd spot. A little bit of extra bounce on that occasion. Top edge of the bat, but at top half of the bat, I should say, but it went comfortably away and quickly for four.
It did go to catching hard, Hazy. And that's the one thing. I mean, if the pointed or backward point had been positioned slightly differently, but then the surprise, you can see he's out there. The surprise is that they're now pushing the man back. I don't know why you wouldn't want another person catching while that ball's new, and there could be an opportunity where Shan Masood doesn't get over the top of it or control it.
Round. Quick single. Good running. Loud early call from Masood. That's good batting.
Yeah, I quite like KJ Rabada coming around the wicket. The first innings, that managed to get it just straight off the deck to the left-hander with the angle into off stump. And it looks like he's would be asking a lot more questions from around the wicket.
Just took Dane Patterson a couple of balls actually picking up from around the wicket.
Yeah, this strategy of having the backward point, I mean, we've harboured on it over the years now. It's a very popular position, but it would have killed me as an opening bowler, because I would love to bowl as many deliveries as a particular batter, try and work them out, use your different strategies, your different deliveries. And it's just so easy if you just knock it down there to pick up a single and rotate strike. So you continuously bowl into the new guy.
Particularly when the name of the game is getting wickets in this sort of situation. Trying to bowl a long way still, Pakistan. If you can get a couple out pretty smartly, they're going to be in trouble here. 30 for none.
Yeah, and with that around the wicket, I personally feel if the ball's not swinging, which it isn't at the moment, you're almost bringing in an extra mode of dismissal coming around the wicket, hit the pads, bowled and caught behind. So you're in the game more when you're coming around the wicket to a left-hander, in my opinion, on a wicket like this.
I'm just going to go a little bit further also with this discussion, because when you've got a track like this, Superswell Park, where the odd ball is bouncing a little bit more, it makes a lot of sense to have a standard gully. Now, if you happen to have a standard gully who stands at 6'9", that's also a real opportunity. That's nicely played, and that's gone for four. Ayub this time.
Yeah, good shot from Saim Ayub. Over pitching from Bosch, changing the angle, coming around the wicket. And just leaning on that. He's such a classy player when he plays shots like this. Seen it in the summer of South African cricket. Seen that shot. When he does get going, he's a treat to watch.
And a man's back there where that ball was played on the fence. That just doesn't make sense. I don't understand that at all. You've got to pick up wickets, and you've got a real opportunity when you've got the likes of Bosch and also Rabada. New ball is going to be doing a little bit off this track. There's going to be an extra bounce from time to time. Put in a standard gully. Don't put a man at deep backward square on the fence, because that's a negative position. Give yourself a chance to pick up wickets. That's what you want to do right at the top. You get one, you're a chance to get two in these sort of situations when a side is some way behind.
There's not as much movement off the seam or through the air as compared to what we saw when South Africa were at the crease for the first time. And that's why I think maybe it could be a good decision to go back to Marco Jansen. I know he wasn't very good in that first innings and didn't bowl with much control, and his wrist position wasn't as good as we've seen it over the years in this test arena. But I just think with a new ball, he could maybe extract a little bit more steep bounce out of this pitch at this stage. And that might cause a few more problems than what we've seen.
Through a gully position, and that's gone for 4.
Yeah, Corbin Bosch wouldn't mind this. The slip quarter wouldn't mind this either. It's the outside half of the bat from Shan. The wobble seam on this occasion, and you almost look at that as a bowler and say that's a win for me, even though it's gone to the boundary. You found the outside edge. Another day that's going straight to gully.
Yeah, just to give you a bit of insight, they were 36 for 1. Pakistan lost their first wicket and the score was on 36. That happened in 14.3 overs in the first innings. 5.4 overs second time around. They're already 39 without loss.
They're almost going at 7 and over. So therefore, the way they're motoring at the moment, these two opening batsmen will be feeling pretty comfortable out there. They'll know they've got a job at hand, but so far so good.
I know it was only 36 until the first wicket went down the first innings, but I actually think they did a fantastic job of negotiating those first 14 overs. It was not easy. It was particularly difficult with the ball nipping around and the movement. And once again, they've done a good job here so far.
I agree 100%. Then they lost 4 wickets in 26 deliveries.
No.
9 from that over. 39 for none. Wickets on day one.
I also think of some of the backward point fielders that South Africa had over the years. John T. Rhodes, Herschel Gibbs, A.B. de Villiers, and how many runouts they executed at a backward point position where they charged in and guys try to knock it down and run through. And that's kind of been eliminated from the process with this field that's set at the moment. Anyway, as we said, we've harbored on this for many